Thank you for the karanga. I declare this congregation to be in session. Please remain standing and join with us in singing the traditional graduation song, Gare Amas, the words of which are printed on the screen. Please be seated. Eina waka, eina manga whakahi, eina taiwha, tēnā koutou katoa. Kia orana, talofa lava, malo ele mali, whakalofa lahi atu, taloha ni, whakatalofu atu, nisa bula, nimenhau, na Massey, na harbour. A very warm welcome to this, your ceremony, one of 6 here in Manawatū this week. Our graduation season began in Auckland 3 weeks ago and will continue in Wellington later this month. I wish to acknowledge fellow council members and academic staff on the stage with me today, professional staff who have made this event possible, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Kelly and I'm a very proud Massey graduate. I've been Chancellor for the past year and a half. This week we have a total of 1,211 students crossing the stage. Of those, 33 will be conferred with the highest academic qualification the university offers, a doctoral degree, and 123 will receive master's degrees. In this ceremony, we have a total of 173 graduating, 8 with master's degrees and 3 with PhDs. By the end of this year, Massey University will have produced approximately 6,000 new graduates, bringing our total active alumni family around the world to more than 130,000. Graduation Day is a day of celebration, an opportunity for the university and you, your whānau, your friends and loved ones, to recognise the hard work you have done and what you have achieved as a result of that hard work. Modern technology increasingly makes it easier for us to connect with one another. It means you can share your big day with an audience far wider than those who are here in person. All our ceremonies are now streamed live on the internet, and there is a link on the Massey University homepage, which I'm sure many of you will have already discovered. Please feel free to put this link on Facebook or text, tweet or email to anyone who is unable to be here today. It'll be a permanent record of what I'm sure for many of you will be amongst your proudest moments. And while talking of recognition, it's important that you remember to thank all those people who have backed you and contributed to your success during your studies. Your family, your friends, and of course the faculty and support staff of the university. To ensure you don't forget, I would like you to join me now in acknowledging them. And to all of you in the audience today, please loudly applaud the graduands as they cross the stage. The ceremony we are about to go through today is traditional. It has its roots in graduation ceremonies developed some 800 years ago. The traditions, such as the robes we wear, the capping, the mace, the singing of Gaude Amus and awarding honorary degrees to outstanding citizens, as we are doing this afternoon, link us to the strong heritage of universities. Universities are institutions of higher learning in which the teaching and learning environment is provided by academics actively involved in the creation of new knowledge through research and scholarship. You will graduate today as a beneficiary of a university education. And as university graduates, you will be critical to the future social, economic and cultural development of your communities. As a graduate of Massey University, you will inherit the reputation of this highly regarded institution. The reputation of a university is built on the achievements of its past and current faculty and its past students. Evidence of the achievements of our faculty and alumni is all around us. And to mention a few, we have designer and creative director Sir Richard Taylor, fashion designer Kate Sylvester, teacher and World Cup winning rugby coach Sir Graham Henry, Ross McEwen, who graduated with a BBS in 1980 and is now global head of the Bank of Scotland, and numerous New Zealand business leaders such as Paul Brock from Kiwibank, Mike Bennett from Z Energy, and Ross Buckley from the accounting firm KPMG. This university is a major New Zealand business with revenues of more than $400 million annually and is a very significant employer in the 3 regions in which it has a presence. Management is led by the Vice-Chancellor, the equivalent of the Chief Executive Officer. Governance is the responsibility of the University Council, which currently consists of a mixture of appointees and members elected by students, staff and our large alumni body. You may be aware that the government has passed an amendment to the Education Act requiring all university councils to reduce in size from a maximum of 12 members, from a maximum of 20 members to a maximum of 12 members, on the grounds that this will make the university more businesslike. The Council is currently consulting stakeholders on what size it should be within that framework. But it's important to note, however, that in my view, universities are much different from normal businesses. Our prices are controlled by the government's fee-setting regulations. We have social responsibilities to students, to our staff, and to advance learning to society as a whole. The range of stakeholders we have is much wider than a company's and therefore demands wider representation. I believe we must ensure that we retain diversity on our university's governing body going forward. We plan to complete the consultation this year and have decisions made about the makeup and size of council in time for the start of the next calendar year in 2016. It's important on these occasions to celebrate some of Massey's successes. We have a firm eye on the future. Last year we celebrated 50 years as a university and launched our updated strategy called Shaping the Nation and Taking the Best to the World. The short title is The Road to 2025, and the major shift is to push out our time horizon to just over a decade from now and put in place our responses to the forces that drive not just Massey's future, but New Zealand's. Things like globalisation, technology-enhanced learning, population diversity, partnerships with other organisations around the world, and of course the growth in our largest city, Auckland. This year, Massey is experiencing growth in enrolments, including international enrolments, bucking a trend that's seen many other universities struggle to meet their targets. In part, this is demographics. Outside Auckland, the number of school leavers is forecast to stabilise, or in some cases decline. One of the advantages Massey has in its globalisation agenda is that we are a diverse university with a broad range of strengths. There are many compatibilities in these areas of strength, such as in design and in arts. Agriculture, in which we're ranked one of the best in the world, is underpinned by science, and food production, which remains New Zealand's biggest business, in turn links with nutrition, and health, both human and animal. Our diversity in campuses and modes of learning gives students options that other providers are unable to offer. Key developments for the Massey Business School currently include the new programs like the Master of Analytics, the Bachelor of Business and Retail Management, and in relation to that latter degree, we've appointed Jonathan Elms to the Sir Stephen Tyndall Chair in Retail Management. In the past year, 10 university-led research projects received research funding worth more than $5.1 million from the government's Marsden Fund. In October, Massey was selected to host the government's Food Safety Science and Research Centre, which will receive an additional $5 million in funding to deliver food safety research. In November, distinguished Professor Peter Schwarzweger was announced as the recipient of New Zealand's most prestigious science award, the Royal Society's $100,000 Rutherford Medal. And as our recently retired College of Sciences Pro Vice-Chancellor Professor Robert Anderson noted, 7 of the past 10 Rutherford Medal winners were from Massey. This year, the international QS rankings for subject included for the first time veterinary science. And Massey Vet School has been ranked 15th in the world in that first ranking, an extraordinary achievement. Not only that, the reputation of our veterinary degree has with our employers is unsurpassed anywhere. Our agricultural ranking is similarly impressive, 33 in the world, and we also rank in the top 100 for accountancy and finance. And it's worth noting that a ranking in the top 200, which we also do in business and management studies, education, geography and statistics and operational research, put us in the top 2% in the world for these programs. Last week we received confirmation that the world-class Food Research Centre, hosted by Massey, the Radette Institute, will receive an additional government funding as a centre of research excellence through till 2020. It's important that young people recognise the value of ongoing learning and tertiary qualifications in a world where the nature of employment and the types of jobs people do is changing rapidly. That means those who succeed will be those who have learned, how to adapt and how to adopt. Congratulations to all of you who have taken up the challenge to be where you are today. You will graduate proud of your achievement, but also honoured by the reputational mantle you have inherited. I challenge you to go forth as Massey alumni to make your own contribution, to grow your own reputation, and in doing so add further to the proud heritage that you are now part of. And as part of your journey, we anticipate many of you will come back to us as you face the never-ending quest to keep your skills and knowledge up to date. You can be assured that Massey will be there to meet that need, whether it be through a course of full-time study or part-time through our world-class distance learning program. Finally, I would urge you to stay connected with your alma mater and your university family through our active alumni association. Congratulations, continue to work hard and enjoy yourselves. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. By the authority of the Council of Massey University, I, Christopher Kelly, Chancellor, will now award the certificates and diplomas and confer the degrees on those to be presented and on those in absentia.
Chancellor, a Senior Lecturer and Lecturer from the Institute of Education will present to you graduates and recipients of certificates and diplomas in the College of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Education the graduands I am about to name. Nicola Margaret Di Martina. Margaret Dixon. Jolene Luba. Shannon Vicky Small. Brenda Rosaline Sutton. Aileen Jeanette Turner. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Education, Adult Education, the graduands I am about to name. Elena Caroline Pomare. Faye Tua. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Education Teaching, Early Years 0 to 8, the graduands I am about to name. Sophie Jane Bland. Megan Dorothy Bruns. Rachel Louise Burrows. Agnes Clarissa Abundo Castro. Whitney Adela de Klerk. Nadia Joy Dykstra. Tara May Iriha. Casey Ryan Fletcher. Christy Louise Gowden. Jordan Kirsty Goddard. Gemma Margaret Hurst. Renee Marie Johnson. Lisa Ann Kareko. Narita Irahapati King. Anna Lindsay. Vanessa Nicole McGovern. Melanie Jane Gwyneth McLaughlin. Jaquita Isabel Anna Mowat. Rachel Jessie Ray. Shelley Marie Reeves-Smith. Melanie Robert. Amanda Louise Schwass. Eden Julia Smith. Rachel Marie Straker. Shelley Laurel Toki. Kelly Lorraine Travers. Danielle van Barneveld. Sarah Ann Mary Wadsworth. James Kirk Watson. Sarah D. Woods. Shannon Kelly Young. Paige Sheridan Zimmerman. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Education Teaching, Primary, Diploma in Education Studies, the graduands I am about to name. Hayley Dion Addenbrook. Kristen Joy Beezer, Massey Scholar. Cara Melissa Faliu Bridgeland. Deanna Marie Collis. Hiniwa Roreka Pitama Cook Porter. Shannon Rihanna Cross. Heidi Kushla Dara. Chloe Adele Drummond, Massey Scholar. Jessica Rachel Fifield. Sarah Elizabeth Godwin. Sarah Jean Hasty. Alicia Lauren Hayes. Cindy Lee James. Emma Louise Jensen. Debbie Ann Gerard. Hannah Tracy Jones. Melissa Gay Kennedy. Samantha Blair Kenny. Sophie Nujidi Kiriyama. Jessica Ann Lamp. Olivia Jane Lincoln. Heather Marie Loveridge. Reagan Brittany McGregor. Timothy Rex McClay. Lucille Marie Therese Miller. Alisa Rose O'Donnell. Fabian Morris O'Halloran. Corin Ann Oliver. Natalie Ann Patterson. Terry Ann Alice Pay. Tiaki James Pokere. Alicia Brooke Schreiber. Nicola Jamie Sheridan. Kelsey May Taylor. Sarah Jane Thompson. Awhina Waimarama Watson Pitcher. Leah Michelle Wilson. Thank you, Chancellor.
We will now proceed with the conferment of a degree of Doctor of Literature honoris causa. Vice-Chancellor.
Chancellor, Right Honourable Sir Anyan Satyanand, GNZM QSO, will read the citation for the awarding of the degree of Doctor of Literature honoris causa.
Chancellor, an honorary doctorate is awarded conventionally to individuals who have been deemed worthy of special recognition, either for scholarly work or for other contribution to society. I have the privilege of advancing the case in those regards for Archbishop Emeritus Sir David Moxon to receive that preferment from this university. Although currently resident in Rome, as the representative of the Anglican Church to the Holy See, the Archbishop is a well-known individual in the New Zealand community for his work in the Anglican Church as a teacher, priest and bishop, and was incidentally the youngest to date to be ever so appointed in the Anglican Church of New Zealand. Underneath that, his background is that of the immediate community served by the main campus of this university, having been born and raised in Palmerston North. Although Sir David holds degrees from 4 universities, one of his undergraduate years and his master's degree in education and sociology arose out of Massey. While he has risen to occupy the highest posts in the church, he has never lost roots in the general community, having worked as a young man at the Longburn Meatworks and as a volunteer service abroad worker in the Pacific. Ordained as a priest in 1979, he worked as a parish priest in Havelock North and Tauranga for nearly a decade before taking up an educational role within the church. At this time, such things as the Christian Initiation Resource Kit and a bicultural education resource kit gave some idea of the breadth of contribution for which he would become known. His versatility is widely respected, an example being the range represented by authorship of A Once and Future Myth, an applied theology of Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, through to an easy facility in Te Reo Māori. This latter aspect has been underlined by marriage to his wife Tūreiti and their 4 children, whose lives are an outstanding example of bicultural expression. Most recently has come the work he undertakes representing the Archbishop of Canterbury in relations with the Pope, his appointment having come about almost coincident with that of Pope Francis. The winds that are beginning to blow from the new leader of the Catholic Church signal important developments for those of Christian denominations and their relationships with other religions. As erstwhile chairperson of the Anglican Roman Catholic International Commission, Sir David is positioned at the centre of huge developments in that field. To this moment, Chancellor, I have mentioned achievements, which are of course part of any person's makeup. I have not yet identified characteristics which have made all of this possible. My inquiries have ranged through written material and that provided by people who have known and worked with him. What the achievements leave out is an impression of the person himself. I am pleased to be able to speak for a man who is warmly recalled by many who have done that. Where many people can relate to and be admired by their peers, it is less usual for the same people to appeal to peers as well as elders, although that is not unknown. It is rarer still for anyone, to be admired by peers and elders, and as well by those younger. The inquiries I have made speak of Sir David's ability to relate to young and old with humility, and as it was put to me, with a deep and infectious faith. Anecdotes can often make a crucial point, and two seem appropriate to mention. The first is connected with the Archbishop having been more than once the right person in the right place. In Suva, Fiji, just prior to the independence celebrations in that country in 1970, the community group practicing who would stand where and do whatever they had to do needed someone to play the role of His Royal Highness Prince Charles. And a tall, young New Zealand volunteer service abroad worker named David Moxon filled the bill entirely suitably. The second that has come to attention is the farewell occasion for Sir David as Archbishop before him leaving for Rome. At that occasion, instead of someone senior or a group of senior people leading this, there was one contribution sought and delivered from a woman in her 20s who described the inspiration he had been to her and to young people generally. Adding together then the things to which I have referred: outstanding student and teacher, respected priest, author, family man, holder of high office, whose work is not by any means complete, I submit a person who meets the criterion for the doctorate in terms of scholarly work, which is prodigious, and in terms of general contribution to society, who has functioned admirably in New Zealand for 40 years and now continues in an international setting. Chancellor, I thus present to you for award of Doctor of Literature honoris causa, Archbishop Emeritus Sir David Moxon.
But if I can just take you out into the centre here. Come towards me so you're on the carpet. Chancellor, I have the honour to present Archbishop Sir David John Moxon, KNZM, for graduation in the degree of Doctor of Literature, honoris causa, of this university.
It is now my great pleasure to invite Dr. David Moxham to address the graduands. Dr. Moxham.
E te kaihanga o ngā mea katoa, korōria ki a koe. E te whenua e takoto nei takoto. E te awa e rere ana, ko Manawatū e rere. Kia Ngāti Rangi tāne whānui tēnā koutou. Ki te kunenga ki te pūre hurua tēnā koe. Chancellor Christopher Kelly, Vice Chancellor Steve Mahari, Sir Anand Satyanand, university faculty members, students, families and friends. This is the city where I was born 63 years ago and grew up for the first 18 of those years. Palmerston North was my world. In those days, I didn't know it, but this cleared area of square and city centre from hundreds of years before was first known to Māori as Te Papaioia, and now including Te Marae o Hine, the sacred courtyard of the Daughter of Peace. This was my tūranga waiwai, my place to stand and to grow. If we translate Papaioia as how beautiful it is, then I honour the beauty of my birthplace and its rich heritage down through the decades, and I'm moved and humbled by the conferment of this degree from my first university. This is the theatre, the Regent, in those days a movie theatre, where as a boy I was first captivated by films and the wider world in pictures. The space was the visual portal into the global scene like nothing else. It brought the world into Palmerston North, to the world of a small boy. And now here in the same place, roughly 45 years later, I pay tribute to one of the reasons Palmerston North has become known throughout the world, its vibrant, outgoing university, dedicated to being the engine of New Zealand, a driving force for good in these islands, helping to shape our national destiny and meaning in the world. How does it do this? Well, it's been said, tell me today what the philosopher thinks, what the university professor expounds, the school teacher teaches, the scholar publishes in their treatises and textbooks, and I shall prophesy the conduct of individuals, the ethics of business people, the schemes of political leaders, the plans of economists, the pleadings of lawyers, the decisions of judges, the legislation of lawmakers, the treaties of diplomats, and the decisions of state, a generation hence from that university. Except I would now say that there is no longer a generation gap of, say, 25 years between what a university expounds and its impact on the conduct, ethics, strategic planning, advocacy, legislation, treaties, and political decisions of a nation. This enrichment can be as swift as a year or two from the university, under the right conditions. We live in a country which is capable of this kind of innovation, especially enriched by a university that has a reputation for precisely this kind of legacy and contribution, to gear itself deliberately to drive this country's best efforts in just about every aspect of our common life. Massey University has grown from a small agricultural college in Palmerston of 85 students in 1928 to become New Zealand's largest residential university spread over 3 cities. The highest number of extramural students with a total of 35,000 students as a whole. The university's qualifications, as we've heard, are recognised worldwide, and several programs have international accreditation. It's the humanities and social sciences that we honour today. What do we contribute to the engine room of our country from these faculties? What is it about these degrees that will enrich this country's destiny and meaning? Well, we get the clue from the university's motto, Floreat Scientia, let knowledge flourish. This approach nurtures human knowledge for its own sake, the enrichment of the humanity of others, as well as utility and economic traction, as crucial as these are to an engine. People themselves can flourish in this way, in the light of the knowledge they gain and share. This means that you have begun to explore language, ethics, history and culture, education, society and behaviour, through schools of Māori art, knowledge and education, through a school of humanities, a school of English and media studies, an institute of education and a centre for defence and security studies, a school of people, environment and planning, combining to form a holistic community-facing education. One of the greatest tributes I've ever read about the value of this kind of whole-person learning was coined by T.H. White in his book about the education of Arthur in The Once and Future King. The best thing for being sad, replied Merlin, beginning to puff and blow, is to learn something. That's the only thing that never fails. You may grow old and trembling in your anatomies. You may lie awake at night listening to the disorder of your veins. You may miss your only love. You may see the world about you just devastated by evil lunatics, or know your honour trampled in the sewers of baser minds. But there is only one thing for it then, to learn. Learn why the world wags and what wags it. That is the only thing which the mind can never exhaust, never alienate, never be tortured by, never fear or distrust, and never dream of regretting. Learning is the only thing for you. Look at what a lot of things there are to learn. In the end, the value of Massey as a learning engine will be measured by the flourishing of people's personal education for the common good, by the intellectual, imaginative, and empathetic powers it has fostered and deployed from deep within the hearts and minds of its students, alongside traction in terms of dollars, technology, and industry, to enrich Aotearoa New Zealand as a human community which lives for all its people. Let me give you an example of what we're capable of when this happens, based on the qualifications and social responsibility that the humanities and social science faculties of a university like Massey fosters. In 1995, a call went out throughout the Pacific Rim of Oceania to all people of goodwill to challenge the trial detonation of nuclear bombs in French Polynesia. Our relationships with France are nearly always respectful, and we are supportive allies in many ways. However, nearly all the churches and most of the governments of the Pacific Islands, including New Zealand, were dismayed at the prospect of massive potential damage to the ecosystems of the ocean, as well as the thought of rehearsal for nuclear war. The then Conference of Churches of Aotearoa New Zealand wanted to show solidarity with the New Zealand Peace Flotilla and the New Zealand government's intention to challenge the detonation of these bombs under Mururoa Atoll. And so I was sent to those atolls of the Tahitian Islands on board the New Zealand Navy vessel, the Tui. On the Tui were over 40 people, journalists, a representative of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a Labour and a National Member of Parliament, and the ship's naval community. This cross-section of our country brought people together from tertiary institutions like Massey, with training in languages, ethics, history and culture, education, society and behaviour, Māori tikonga, the humanities, media studies, defence and security, environmental studies and psychology, precisely the kind of degrees we have just honoured here this afternoon. We were a long way out in the middle of nowhere, and the journey there was long and arduous on the ocean. Shortly after our arrival, a huge nuclear bomb was finally detonated under Whangataufa Atoll of 110 kilotons, 5 times the size of the nuclear bombs of the 1940s. We all went quiet then, filled with a sense of huge sadness. The day had been so beautiful, the sea was deep blue and the sky bright and clear. We decided to hold a karakia, or prayer reflection, on the bridge of the Tui, which was translated into French, believing it was being listened to by the French Navy, who monitored all our radio broadcasts. This karakia focused on peace, the life-threatening potential of nuclear war, and the huge contamination risks for the earth, the sea and the islands of the South Pacific. It may have had an effect on the French Navy, because in the days that followed, for whatever reason, some French vessels who had been confrontational and sometimes even dangerous were much friendlier and offered to help New Zealand peace flotilla yachts in difficulty. We also had a political role to try and encourage French church awareness and action with New Zealand and international religious support to influence French public opinion through broadcasts and press releases from near the bomb site. At the time, 65% of the French public were already against testing. We hoped this would be raised to the point where 5 more detonations would be politically impossible. In the end, the last 2 tests were cancelled. I learned from this experience that when we need to pull together and harness our education and training for the common good, we can be extraordinary, which is surely the point of this graduation, to find ways of pooling your talents and knowledge for the common good, for Aotearoa as a whole, for its viability and place in the South Pacific Ocean, and finally for the health and well-being of the planet itself, on which we live and move and have our being. Golda Meir, the first woman Prime Minister of Israel, often quoted the Rabbi Hillel, a contemporary of Jesus of Nazareth. He said, "If I am not for myself, then who will be? But if I am for myself alone, then what am I?" We congratulate those of you who graduate today because your knowledge has flourished. You have made the very most of yourselves here, which is why you are being honoured today in graduation. And now you have a lifetime of opportunity before you to make the most of this graduation for the flourishing of others. Floreat Scientia.
Thank you, Dr. Moxon, for your wonderful address. We will now proceed with the conferment of degrees and the award of university diplomas and certificates.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Graduate Diploma in Teaching Early Childhood Education the candidates I am about to name. Sarah Bridget Mark. Lucy Ellen Marshall. Connie Jean O'Donoghue. Catherine Ruth Southwood. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Graduate Diploma of Teaching Primary the candidates I am about to name. Rachel Elizabeth Banyard. Mairi Mariah Benavides. Tiriora Bissell. Michelle Jessie Bissett. Nicole Isabel Burke. Christina Valerie Crowther. Kirsty Jean Geary. Helen Dorothea Grant. Elizabeth Jane Griffin. Samuel John McNabb Healy. Millie Drew Henderson. Thomas Anthony Hobbs. Caitlin Eve Neal. Natasha Grace Plummer. Galatia Maria Patricia Rose. Bradley Thomas Slater. Jessica Kate Sutton. Emma Jane Voicey. Jessica Lee Whitehouse. Angela Claire Whiteman. Lauren Marion Woods. Nicholas Stewart Colin Wright. Thank you, Chancellor.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Graduate Diploma of Teaching Secondary the candidates I am about to name. Camelia Afele. Hayley Jess Batchelor. Lauren Samantha Bramley. Rosie Adrienne Butler. Angela Jane Crabtree. Michael Carl Doody. Ben Oka Filippo. Lee Alexina Godden. Mahani Honore Goldsmith. Jordan Kyle Harder. Mana Thompson Hazel. Murray Robert Hill. Mediana Rose Hooker. Janet Merrill Jeans. Cheyenne Catherine Jones. Henry Brooke Jones. Adele Louise Kenny. Nikki Marie Key. Katrina Marie Matthews. Amy Christine Morris. Amanda Cheryl Moyes. Peter Valentine Olivetti. Ji Sung Park. Nairi Dawn Parker. Michelle Rachel Peterson. Nathan Charles Peakey. Fiona Margaret Quarry. Van Manakitanga Rohina. Jamie Anthony Reid. Christopher Nahina Robinson. Chanel Ranui Tamati Herrick. Louise Michelle Vanden Monkhoff. Harriet Jane Wellwood. Thank you, Chancellor.
It is now my pleasure to invite the Scroll Sisters to present an item. Joanna Dan with cello, Sylvia Neild on violin have been playing together as Scroll Sisters for 3 years. Joanna is homeschooled and is a Year 12 student. She learned cello from Robert Dussler and is a leader of the cello section for the Manawatū Youth Orchestra, cellist for the group Trio Bella, and was deputy leader of the cellos for the New Zealand Secondary School Symphony Orchestra this year. She plans to study performance music at university when her schooling is finished. Sylvia is in Year 13 at Palmerston North Girls High School and learns violin and viola from Pamela Dowsett. She is a leader of the Manawatū Youth Orchestra, was deputy leader for the violas for the New Zealand Secondary School Symphony Orchestra this year, and has grade 8 piano. In September, she will be auditioning for the University Schools Music for 2016. Both girls have recently been selected for the 2015 National Youth Orchestra, which will perform concerts in New Zealand, in Wellington and Christchurch this year. Joanna and Sylvia are delighted to be able to perform Let It Be by the Beatles, arranged by Nathan Chan, cellist at Gillard School of Music, the Scroll Sisters. Thank you for that item. I guess it shows my age when I say Let It Be is one of my favourite songs. We will now proceed with the conferment of degrees and the award of university certificates and diplomas.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the postgraduate certificate in education the candidate I am about to name, Lynn Christina Davies. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the postgraduate diploma in education the candidate I am about to name, Anna Jane Dixon, with distinction. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the postgraduate diploma in educational administration and leadership the candidates I am about to name. Nigel Douglas Hunter. Erica Jane Leggett, with merit. Kahui Te Hara Watling, with distinction. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the postgraduate diploma in specialist teaching the candidates I am about to name. Ricky David Allen, with merit. Nicola Jean Anderson, with distinction. Suzanne Bronwyn Blair, with distinction. Emma Kate Doherty, with distinction. Diana Jane Hoskin, with distinction. Tanya Nola Hunter. Karma Margaret Simpson, with distinction. Pamela Nola Tawhai, with distinction. Jane Lara Van Praag. Patricia Margaret Wagstaff, with distinction. Jade Mahara Wakeling, with distinction. Brenda Raywin Ward, with merit. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Counselling the graduand I am about to name, Susan Hamilton Wilson. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Education the graduands I am about to name. Melissa Rose Day, with merit. Amanda Elspeth Nemia, with merit. Alison Mary Peacock, in special education. Erin Mary Vanderpeet, with merit. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Educational Administration and Leadership the graduand I am about to name, Karen Ann Gibbs, with distinction. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Educational Psychology the graduand I am about to name, Andrew Raymond Salisbury, second class honours. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Literacy Education the graduand I am about to name, Hene Margarita McAleese, with merit. Chancellor, the degrees are also conferred and the certificates and diplomas are also awarded to those who are in absentia. Thank you, Chancellor.
Chancellor, we are nearing the end of our proceedings, so it's time to turn our attention to our PhD and doctoral students. During this week in Palmerston North, we will meet 33 of them, but in this ceremony we'll meet 3. Can I say to our graduates that we thank you for joining Massey University, congratulate you today, wish you well with your career and ask you to please stay in touch with your university. We will follow you with interest. To the audience, can I say that's 3 to go, so you can make as much noise as you like now as you relax and congratulate these last 3. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Doctor of Education the graduand I am about to name, Karen Ruth Chesterton Kayot. Access to education that is inclusive of children with disabilities is agreed to be a basic human right. Ms. Kayat's research examined the realities of this in terms of policy, practice and progress in Middle East countries. The study found some strengths unique to the region which have potential to inspire the interest of policy makers. Please welcome Dr. Kayat. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation the degree of Doctor of Philosophy the graduands I am about to name. Karen Michelle Aspden. Ms. Aspden investigated the way in which the assessment of practicum was enacted and experienced in early childhood initial teacher education. The study looks at institutional policy and practice, as well as the experiences of students, teachers, associate teachers, and teacher educators. Key findings show that the assessment of practicum is complex and multifaceted, requiring greater transparency, shared understanding, and collaboration. Dr. Aspden. Jessica Ann Craig. In response to the problem of poor adolescent literacy, Ms. Craig investigated spelling, decoding and vocabulary knowledge of adolescents to find out if poor spelling and decoding influenced reading skills. An intervention improved spelling and vocabulary knowledge but had no effect on reading comprehension. Teachers involved in the intervention significantly improved their word-level literacy knowledge. Dr. Craig. Chancellor.
At the conclusion of this ceremony, guests are requested to remain in their seats till the processions have assembled in the foyer. I declare this congregation to be adjourned. Please join with us in singing the national anthem, God Defend New Zealand, led by Andrew Jamieson, the words of which are printed on the screen. We will begin with the Maori version of the anthem. Please stand.
Tua o ngā iwi mātaura a ta whakarongo nā me aroha noa kia ua ko te pai kia tautoa God of nations, at thy feet, in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices, we entreat. God defend our free land. God full stop from the shafts of strife and war. Make her praises heard afar. God defend you,